make sure everybody can hear me. Pull my microphone a little closer to me. Make sure everybody can hear me. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. I think my phone. Well, everybody, I'm okay. I'm broadcasting. I'm doing something new with my broadcasting. I'm on the go, I'm on the road or whatever, and I'm using my phone and my laptop to reach out to everyone. Okay, so I do have sound. Okay, so yeah, Joe got up today, Sunday of course. Quote, he's going to church. And I guess he was basically trying to say that he's going to, I don't know. He said he got some special evidence. Joe been saying he had some evidence to show to the police. The first round when Joe went to the police actually called that Joe was trying to get me arrested. And I asked them for what, and they said, well, nothing. Basically, Joe didn't have nothing. They said the stuff that Joe showed them had nothing to do with stalking or harassment. And the thing is that Joe gets up every day to figure out a way to get under my skin. Now, what's going on in my life right now is that and I haven't been able to respond to a lot of Joe's bullshit. But when I did respond to some of Joe's bullshit, I was actually able to probably get under his skin because I finally got to Joe by actually exposing that the True Bones motions does not exist by making the video. Let me see, where is the video at? I probably have to go over here real quick to actually find that video. So I'm on my laptop, that's why you see this thing over here. Let me see, let me go to my video. So I'm going to show the video that kind of got under Joe's skin. And that will have to be How to Expose Your Troll Season 2 Public Knowledge. So this is the video about Joseph Errol McPeak, Esquire the Third. And what I wanted to show you all, that I had to come back and edit this today because Joe had contacted these people, and when I called them, I asked them, did y'all remove it? Because I had to make sure they actually had the article. So the person who wrote the article, Ali Armstrong, the author, the what I talk about. You can vote early. Polls are already ahead, and Democrats. I'm just gonna go to the edit video side of this. I want to see the damn ads. But I'm gonna go over to my edit video. Creator Studio Classic. Come on. There we go. Alright, so here is the character creator, or the classic. I like using the classic word. I don't care too much about the beta. So I came in and I changed some of the, what was, like, I just had a link to the news link to the person who wrote the article, whose name is clearly visible in the article itself about Joe's Lou A. Thornsby. Her name is public knowledge. All right. Before Joe say, who knew, privacy. And the problem is that I had to file a privacy complaint against this video already, and they came and saw the video and they say it's all public knowledge because what I talk about is in a public publication. Figures if he removes the public publication, that means it's not public knowledge. But Joe don't understand. If something's public knowledge and it's been out there, well then there's no taking back. There's no actually putting privacy on it. And what Joe don't is that I came back here and I fixed it and I actually put the actual author of the article who I called, and she confirmed that Joe, well, she didn't say Joe moved it, but she said someone moved it. But I know Joe got the article removed. So this is the number and everything. Call and ask him about this Lou A. Thornsby and her donation drives and stuff like that she's doing for the community up there. You're welcome to call this lady right here at the newspaper, the Spinal Column Media Group. So you can call her, ask her about all that stuff, and maybe ask them, do they know in his racist videos and his stalking and how he keeps calling every gendered and why he hates transgendered people. You can probably ask him why he's doing while you're calling her about Lou No Expo and what he does to other people on the internet, and also bring up the fact that Joe's running a scam out of her business. Now, her business is called Heart to Heart Counseling. It's located at 69 Oxbow White Lake, Michigan, and that's the phone number to the place. And here is the link to the public directory to find Heart to Heart Counseling. So this is the Yellow Pages public listing for a Heart to Heart Counselor. You go over here. Let's see. Let's go right here. We click all this stuff here, and we go. Let's see. Search. Oh, hold up. I think I did something wrong. Hold on. That is the link, people. Hold on. Copy. Go to backspace. Hit paste. Hit enter. There it is. So that's the link. You gotta take out the HTTPS when you kick that. I gotta fix that link. So the Heart to Heart Counseling. This is the Yellow Pages public directory of 69 Oxbow Lake, White Lakes, Michigan. This is where Joseph Earl McPeak, True Bones Motions, is located. And we all know this because I've showed you all before Joe's little flyer that he has sent to me. And it's just watch the video, and you will see that I actually pull out all this information and show you all. But all this information is public knowledge. And so Joe's going to run to the police and show them he's exposing my mother. No, I didn't talk about your mother. I just talked about your mom's business that you're running a scam out of, Joe. I didn't say nothing about your mom that did not pertain to the news article. That's public knowledge that you had removed. No, Joe, you had it removed. If you didn't have removed, someone had that removed. Somebody doesn't want people to know that Joe's operating out of 69 White Lake, Michigan, as a scam company known as True Bones Motions. Now, I told Joe last time I talked to him that I'm going to be I have contacted FBI, let them know about the whole Heart to Heart thing and Joe working out of it. I have called the Better Business Bureau, but for some reason that day they were out to lunch and they wouldn't be reopened until 1 o'clock. So I have to call them back. But I have been contacting all the places up there that I've contacted before about, oh, I actually have proof that Joe's running a scam out of somebody's business, because I didn't know the name of the business at 69 Oxbow Lake Road. And it's actually Heart to Heart Counseling, where his mom owns a account. I don't know if his mom's still doing it. I think his mom is like in her 70s or something like that now. I'm not sure. But here's the thing. So the thing is, I wanted to read you all this and give you all a little update, because for real, I'll be honest with you all, I'm working on Archive Infinity. I'm trying to get it out. I just posted a new video up the other day. It's doing good in views. I'm getting a lot of views on it. That's cool. I'm starting to do a lot of stuff on Instagram and getting more involved in my social media, and I got too much of that stuff to do to sit back and worry about what Joe's going to do next. So I wasn't going to do nothing on Joe until next Friday when I actually had some stuff Infinity. I've got just see Jen Omega. She's doing some stuff. She's making some music, and she's doing a photo shoot and stuff, and for publicity and stuff to get that rolling. So the whole thing is that well, I gotta know that my broadcasting is probably sucking right now. Well, no, I got a green light on this, so oh no, the stream health is kind of bad right now, and I guess because I'm moving locations and stuff, so it's all good. But hopefully this video will make it. And people will see it after it's been processed and everything. Go back and watch it. This is probably my last video I do for over for quite some time, and so at least to like next Friday, because like I said, I'm busy working on archive. I got a lot of archive stuff that I've worked on, and I want to get the movie done. Today, yesterday I did animation. Today I'm doing scripting. I'm filling in all the plot holes and stuff in my script. And then next weekend I'm hooking up with Benjamin Tuttle and some other people to go through the script and refine it some more. So that's going to be done, and also some stuff with my storyboards and stuff. But all in the meantime, I have no time for Joe. Right now, I'm going to meet people right now who's going to do voice acting for my Archive Infinity, and I got to spend time with these people. And Joe think that I'm going to sit back and worry about his latest ploy to distract me on a Sunday? Because Joe knows that I work during the day. I mean, I do stuff during the week. So he comes at me with this bullshit today, knowing, I mean, he knows that I'm working on archive. He knows that I'm trying to finish it and get it done and get to Netflix at ASAP. So he does this every once in a while. And on top of that, I do believe Joe, the people suing Joe. That's why, and Joe makes these videos also when somebody contacts him about their stuff and him selling it. So let's read what Joe has to say about moi. Let's see what he got up and launched out the side of his neck about me today. All right, so whoops, that's not the right one. Okay, here we go. Time to read the garbage. The name of this word salad is Troll Face, a study in swatting, doxing, and trolling by Joe McPeak. Now, I want to talk about this video real quick. Joe goes to Wikipedia and reads this thing about trolling. All right, and while he was reading, the shit that he was reading got so close to his heart, he had to slow down and skip sections because all the shit he was reading pertained to him. And he was reading it like it was all about me, and it really wasn't. You know, it really wasn't about me. All right, so so he had the shit got the article got really deep, and then Joe had to skip over the parts that really applied to him. He skipped like twice. All right, he would read something and then skip it. And then it's like, I'm not gonna read this. And then he read something, and then he read, and then it pertained to him, and he would just skip it. I mean, he was like, all right, I'm gonna read that. But and then he'd do his, but everybody know what I'm talking about. Nobody knows what you're talking about, Joe, because you didn't read the whole article. You didn't put a point across. What was your point of reading that article this morning if it didn't pertain to you? So while he was being a buffoon, I had let's see if it comes up. Let me see if it comes up. Let's see. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. Is it here? I don't know. It may show. The comment I made may show, may not. I'm not. Let's read this word salad that Joe left forth this morning before he went to church to wash the stink off. So it goes. Yes, it's time to go to the police. Alvin thinks it's funny to threaten, cajole, berate, menace, bully, and generally be a giant dickhead to one person in particular. Note: it is not against the law to be an asshole or dickhead. However, this moi, aka Wungenshun from iClone fame, what the perpetuant child clown doesn't understand is that he or she, now he up here saying that the perpetuant clown, and then he goes into his transgender talk again. See, this is a common thing about trolls. Joe has to troll no matter what. Now, if Joe would have said that he, instead of putting or she, now Joe knows that I'm not a woman, never been one, and been born a man. But that's okay, because that's another thing I can go to court and then show the court all the times that Joe has called gender woman when it's been proven that I am a man, and then I show my birth certificate, and then that would be proof that Joe's a slandering troll. See, only trolls slander people like this. Only trolls lie about people like this. All the videos I've done, I've never lied about Joe. I've talked about what Joe does. I never really talk about Joe as the person, but I do talk about the thief, the slanderer, the confirmed arrested stalker, and asset thief. Things that Joe don't want people to talk about. So Joe goes about, when Joe talks about me, Joe can't say I stole nothing. Joe can't say I defrauded somebody. Joe can't talk about that. All Joe can talk about is the stuff he makes up about me. You see? And when Joe read the thing about the troll thing this morning, he couldn't help himself but skip the parts that definitely pertain to him. So why would I read, or why would I drink poison? Because that whole article was poison to Joe. And you can tell Joe was being poisoned as he had to read, stop reading, and then take a moment to read and then skip that whole section, because Joe knows he's a troll. He knows he's a troll. So him reading this whole thing this morning did not pertain an ounce to me. But, however, it is in some serious trouble that could potentially land him or her in jail. So there he goes again with the transgender thing again. But that's cool. I get to show this in court. I mean, I get to show this to law officials, you know. Joe has had enough and is thinking of, and is taking the evidence he has to the police again. So Joe, it's the third time Joe has went to the police about me, and he claims he has some proof, and he never says what I've done that's against the law. Now, I can say many of things that Joe has done against the law: mail fraud, wire fraud, copyright infringement, and then the list goes on and on. Oh, yeah, stalking, yeah, harassment. Yeah, I can go on and on about what Joe does to me in a lengthy paragraph, and I have. I've actually wrote my letter to the judge. You know, I have written this letter to the judge. You know, and so, all right. And he keeps on with this fantasy that I'm doing something to him, but he's the one who has like all these videos about me. He has all these videos which not one of them spread an ounce of truth about who I am. Joe's never met me, I never met him, but I know what Joe has done, because all I gotta do is just go back in history and see all the people that he's attacked, harassed, berated, all the things that Joe claimed that I've done to him. Joe's doing it to other people. So Joe's trying to use me as a proxy, or in his say, a patsy, as of why he does the thing that he does. Joe does the thing what he does because of himself, not because of me. So when Joe can't get to me, what he does is he sets off and go after people I know. He will go to my Facebook and just find people who I talk about or talk to, and then he'll start to harass them, stalk them, and then they'll wind up in, if your name gets in one of Joe's little word salad boxes here on YouTube, that means you have accomplished, you're on radar, and Joe's going to start the tranny, transgender, homosexual fantasy talk that he always does. So it says he claims that he had enough. It says, today we are going to cover the offenses and crimes committed just to show Alvin what he did is wrong. Oh, he finally said he. He finally acknowledges that I am an actual man, therefore I'm a human. Did is wrong. So throughout the whole video, Joe didn't make one point of anything I've done wrong to him. Again, probably show him the video I just showed you, and probably say he's harassing my mom, blah, blah, blah. And the cop gonna say that what he's talking about is all public knowledge. No matter how many times Joe takes something down, if it's in public knowledge, it's a known fact. Known facts can't Joe. So you can go ahead and go to any newspaper and think about this. I found a bunch of stuff in the newspaper about Joe, and Joe doesn't know what newspaper about him in. Oh yes, you know, we did a somebody out there is doing a deep search on Joe. I don't know who it is, but this stuff just keeps popping up in my emails. And when this stuff pops up, I get to talk about it. I got so much stuff right now, I'm going to wait until maybe like next weekend to even talk about it even more. Because all this stuff is public knowledge. I told anybody, if you give me something about Joe, make sure it's in the public. Because I'm not going to talk about it if it's not in the public. Because I don't want no privacy complaints coming up against me. So somebody decided to do a search about Joe. And they've been going around to websites and stuff. And they found out a lot of stuff about Joe that could be publicly found on the internet. Now, what's the difference between the Intellist report Joe did on me and the public notices found in the newspaper. Well, interlist reports are basically personal human searches. Most of the stuff they publish is sort of kind of like phone numbers, addresses, and stuff. Is not supposed to be used the way Joe used that interlist report about me, how false it was. It's not supposed to be used that way. And Joe used it as a way to embarrass me, and Joe now finds out the only person Joe embarrassed is himself. Because all that did was set a chain of events that got Joe himself, let me check my last string, that got Joe himself in now. So Joe's gonna run to the police again with another false allegation. They're gonna probably call me and tell me what he tried to do, most likely. And I'm gonna place. I'm not gonna even probably talk to the police this time. We're gonna say, okay, are you gonna come and arrest me? Is he filing a complaint? You know, because if not, I'm gonna hang up the phone because there's nothing to talk about. There's no sense of when a loon comes in to talk to them, and then they have to call me because the loon is right there. I'm gonna ask them 2 questions. If they say no to both of them, well then, well if they can't, if they say yes to one, I'm still gonna hang up. You know, it's the simple fact of is that Joe has no case against anybody. Now I have a case against Joe for all the shit he's done to me, especially the whole thing where he conspired to get me kicked out of Real Illusion using the copyright law, and that and right there that's illegal. But let's go on, people. So he says today we're going to cover the offenses and crimes committed just to show Alvin what he did is wrong. Okay, so the whole video Joe just made, there's nothing in there. Nothing that pertains to me. It just shows that he can read. It says, let's see. In addition, Alvin the Terrible, Alvin the Terrible has threatened to call Joe's church and send them racially charged video. Well, you know, I can do that, Joe, if I wanted to, and I'd do it if you keep this shit up, Joe. If you keep this bullshit up, this racist, bigoted shit, this gay bashing, this slander shit you're doing to me and people I know, Joe, I might have to go to your church and let them know. It's like, hey, this guy who you think is doing the right thing, look what he does to people in public on YouTube. You know, I just may have to do that. You know, matter of fact, it ain't no just may anymore. Is I will. And I am going to do it. Because you won't stop. You won't stop, Joe. You will not quit. You know? I mean, it ain't no nothing about may call. I mean, I will call. And I will let them know. They have a racist bigot going to their church. And you know what? It might not be me who calls. It might be somebody else who's tired of you also. Someone you keep referring to as a transgender or whatever, and they're not. I'm not the only person, Joe, you have offended. You've offended many people with this nasty, gay, racist, slanderous shit you do to people, dude. It is not cool to do this stuff. I have contacted, I had got the, thanks to the Todd Fox, I got the video of you saying this stuff. And I got the newer videos of you saying this stuff. And I've sent it to these organizations that protect gay people's rights. And the reason why I did that, who else to put you out there to let everybody know that you're a bigot, but the people that you are bigoting against? If you would just think one moment about what you say before you say it, there would not be no argument with whether you are a bigot. But it's too late, Joe. You have proven yourself to be a racist bigot time after time after time, because you can't stop talking about people's personal being. You can't do it. Because when someone talks about you and what you do in public, can't say nothing back to that person, because what the other person is doing in public is not bad. It's what you're doing. You have to find or make up something about that person to bring some type of shame or harm to their persona. And you, my friend, are the troll that you speak of this morning. Trolls don't go out, fact find, and then release their facts. That's not a troll. That's someone who's putting the evidence out there that what the real troll is saying is false and erroneous, and his behavior is hurting everybody. So to sit back and reverse and call me a troll is way different. Actually being a troll, because I'm not a troll, Joe. A troll affects more than just one person, Joe. You have affected many people throughout the years with your harassment, constant stalking, and aggravation, and doxing. Look what you did to Aurora over there at Unity. You searched for that woman, found pictures of her, looked for her name, looked for her Facebook. I mean, that's what trolls do. That's what you do. That's what trolls do. You do everything you can to stop people from working. And that's what your whole scheme is, to stop me from working. So you say, what about when gets Netflix deal? Well, what about my Netflix deal? I'm working on it. What are you working on? Trying to stop it. See, I have a lot of time, Joe, to get my stuff in order for my Netflix deal. So if I say it's going to be out then, it might not be. But it's going to be. And you ain't going to stop it. So it says, in addition, Alvin the Terrible threatened to call Joe's church and send them racially charged videos that are about doing the racist shit. See, Joe doesn't say that he was the one in the video saying the racist shit. He just said the videos are racially charged because he made the videos. He made the video. He gave us the content so we could put out there, let everybody know in this little town of White Lake, Michigan, he's a bigot. And then he shows his face on his video of him being a bigot. That's him. He did it to himself. Now that he's back to transgender thing. He or she has recently attacked my mom for the 3rd time in 2 years. In addition, Alvin the Terrible threat, blah, blah, blah. What Alvin doesn't understand is that Joe did nothing wrong to him. Let's see, doxing, putting up my father's police report, calling my place of work, tried to get me kicked out of Real Illusion, stole my Archive Infinity video that I won the contest for, and then not only did he get knocked off for YouTube, he went to VMO. Any place I put that video up, Joe went after it and tried to take it down, then lied. I'm not going to say claim more. He lied and said that I used his content in my video, which has been proven not the truth time after time. So when Joe say he didn't do nothing, yes, Joe did. Joe did a lot. And it all backfired on him. So how did it backfire on Joe? Did anybody see a True Bones channel? I'm talking about the True Bones channel that he had before I had it taken down because he stole some shit from Epic and Epic took it down. I don't give a fuck what he says. I know what the truth is. And everybody else can assume what the truth is. Joe's channel didn't get taken down because he put something up for free. Joe got taken down because he had 3 videos advertising stolen content from Epic Video. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out, Joe. Let's see. It says, today we're also covering swatting, doxing, and trolling. Subset of such stalking, harassment, etc., all of which are illegal and carry maximum penalties of the law. And it does. It does. Doxing, swatting doesn't. In my case, I didn't get Joe swatted. I just reported his ass to the police because he threatened to kill me. Doxing, that's untrue because the stuff that I have in my video is all public record, so that's not doxing, you know. So you can find it in the yellow pages, which I have right here. So if you want to know about the 69 Oxbow Lake Road, Michigan place, is heart-to-heart counseling, you can look right here in the yellow pages, right there, and you can find it. Public knowledge, people, is power. So he can run a YouTube, like I think he plans to do today. He's going to run to YouTube when he gets home and start putting privacy complaints against my videos. So he can try. But YouTube policy states that if it's public knowledge, if it's public knowledge, if it's known fact, it's public knowledge. And it's published. It's actually published, so it's a known fact that this 69 Oxbow Lake Road, White Lakes, Michigan place is located where True Bones Motions is. When you get a mailer from True Bones, Read it. See if it says 69 Oxbow Lake Road. It's going to be located at Heart to Heart County. Now, this is where Joe don't doing is illegal, because anybody know if you put an address and your address is the same place where some other business at, and your business is unlicensed, and you're selling stuff out of there, and the stuff you're selling doesn't belong to you, that's considered mail fraud. And if you from different states or whatever, and giving money to you electronically, that's wire fraud. Joe has who federal law. See, the thing about it is I haven't had a chance to contact the postmaster about this yet. So I have to call the postmaster to let them know that Joseph Earl, oh, and I get to call PayPal too. To let them know that, yeah, this company, this scam company, is really heart-to-heart counseling. And I get to call the IRS. I haven't got a chance to do it because I got on the phone to call them this week, and it was like waiting for something to die, because I was on that phone for a fucking hour. And I was like, this ain't worth it. So I just said I'm going to call them early, maybe Monday or Tuesday, and get to them like. And then here's the thing that really like put Joe in a tangent right here, when he said Joe never stole anything from anyone, and Alvin, and then he says I don't own any of the things that Joe says that he stole. Now, here's the problem with that, Joe. I never said I owned anything that I'm reporting you to. That's why you have this thing called reporting tools. Autodesk has them. Adobe has them. Real Illusion has them, and I'm going to be using the Real Illusion one soon. And every company has these things to where you can report to them if someone's stealing their shit. If you're stealing people's shit, I get to turn you in. I get to call these people and say, hey, this guy's stealing your shit. That's how Joe got off of Facebook, because he saw games that Joe took his stripper moves out their game, and he's making money off of the stripper moves that he stole out of your game. The same thing with NeoWiz. I contacted NeoWiz myself and told him about it, and NeoWiz went to Facebook. Both of these companies went to Facebook, found all the shit Joe was selling of theirs, and then had them kicked off. And then Joe reads this shit on fucking I forgot. Joe reads this shit on fucking, and I just started taking snapshots and downloading the video that he says in it. So when Joe says Run Gun Toast took off my phone, no, I didn't do nothing to your Facebook, Joe. I just reported you in the same way I've just reported Brandon Britton in to some people. Who Brandon Britton is actually Joe, but Joe says it's not him, and he owns this little thing called Chameleon Motions. That I don't think Chameleon Motions is going to be around too much longer, because I'm in the shadows working on getting rid of Chameleon Motions, because Chameleon Motions is Joseph Earl Peak himself. If Brandon Britton is a real person, I hope he knows that I'm going to take he's a pirate, and I'm going to take him off of Facebook soon. I hope Brandon Britton hears that. Oh, Brandon Britton is Joe, so Joe knows eventually I'm going to get him taken down. And when Joe's account left, a lot of Joe's fake accounts went with him. So a lot of people that used to talk to me that I knew were Joe have vanished. All of them have vanished. And I was like, oh, so this person was all alts of Joe. So that's how I know Joe makes many alts wherever he goes. When Joe gets to a forum board, social media, Joe will make 20 or 30, 20, maybe 30 accounts, him. And I got some other news to tell about Joe and who else lives with him at that 69 Oxbow Lake address. I got some more stuff to say. But I'm going to hold that for another day. Maybe sometime next week when I finish with this next chunk of animation with Archive, and then I'm back to doing something else. I just got hired. Well, I'm in the process of getting hired to work on an animated feature that has nothing to do with Archive, but this is something I can't talk about what it is. But so I might come back for a while, then I'll disappear again for a little bit. But I will be giving updates and stuff. But after that project is finished, then and it gets ready to get published, then I can probably talk about it and what I did on it. Right now, I'm in the talks with the person who was going to send us to, I think, India. and he said he's giving me the work and told me look at it. I'm gonna let him know what I can do on it, or if I can do the whole project. If I can do the whole project, that'll be awesome. You know, I'm gonna look at it really good and see if I can do the whole project on my own, and see how much time I have to work on it. And I will give him a reasonable answer sometime late Monday, because he dropped this all on me Friday, and I didn't get a real chance to read up on the stuff that he wants me to do. So I actually have an actual job. I actually have actual animation jobs that I actually do on the side. So it looks like it's simple, and I could do a majority of stuff. I could do the majority of stuff. I just need to know how long it's going to be, because this is something like a 30-minute long movie. I'm like, hell no. But it's something like 5 or 6 minutes. No problem. But anyway, it says, and then he says, Alvin, you effed up. And then, and here so here's the part where he acts. Here's the part where he says, now I'm going to send this to Real Illusion, know what he's planning to do. And it says, then he's going to go over to Real Illusion to show everyone Alvin has to lose, and what Alvin is hiding, covering, and protecting for this Illuminati puppet master, Todd Fox, Wilson F, Peter, and Chuck, and etc. Now, Joe don't know none of these motherfuckers. He's just saying those names because I talk to these people. Well, I might know Chuck because I grew up and Chuck knows me. But this buffoon is threatening these people because they talk to me. All right. And then it goes. Now he's going to be back on this afternoon to go after my channel again. All right. That's his whole main thing, is to go to the channel, shut me up, saying that I keep people from knowing that True Bones Motion does not exist. It's a piece of fiction created by Joseph Earl McPhail and shit. All right, I've just proved it. True Bones does not exist. That's why there's no listing for him nowhere, because the 69 Oxbow Lake address belongs to his mother, who owns a business there called Heart to Heart Counseling, and Joe doesn't want maybe his mother or the people of his congregation. I don't know who Joe doesn't want to know that what he's doing is running a fraud and scam out of this place. So then he threatens Kevin. So he's gonna go to Kevin, remove his videos for copyright infringement. Then we'll go to Real Illusion and remove it. See, and then this is what I need to contact Real Illusion about, because it says then we go to Kevin S's and remove videos for copyright infringement. Then we go to Real Illusion and remove a ton of their videos for copyright. So Joe's gonna go and attack a company. He's going to attack Real Illusion's YouTube channel, and I want him to do that. I would love to see him attack this channel, because what Joe fails to recognize or understand, that if you make a false copyright claim, you're setting off a legal action. Continuously legal action. So if you go up there and you claim that they stole something from you, because Joe can't claim that they're harassing him, Joe can't claim their privacy, Joe can't claim shit, but the only thing Joe can do that can get their videos removed temporarily is lie and say that they stole something from him. So Joe's gonna lie and say they stole something from him, and then after that, see, they have legal resources to take people like Joe to court and make sure they're poor forever. I want to see, I dare you, Joe. I dare you to go after Real Illusion. I dare you. And I dare you to go after anything Kevin S. has on the Real Illusion page. I dare you, Joe. Because you tried this shit with me. You tried it. And you failed. And if you say you didn't fail, why are my videos still up, Joe? Domain is YouTube. Joe knows how to puppeteer YouTube to where YouTube will not listen to you unless you have a lawyer or a judge behind you telling YouTube what the fuck you doing. So he's going to try to go after Real Illusion. You're going to take videos down from Real Illusion. Now, you know Real Illusion doesn't like you already. And now you're going to go the extra 50 yards to screw with people who don't care about you? When people don't care about you, though, that's when you aggravate them? Really? Really? Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, if you're gonna go after Kevin S for what? For what? Using the same assets that you stole from somebody else? Kevin S is using the shit to make movies with. You're taking the shit and selling it, dude. What Kevin S is doing is not wrong. Why are you after Kevin to begin with? What has he done to you? Nothing. Oh, other than the fact he told you to fuck off after you came to his channel to say you're using True Bones. You did the same thing with Mark Ples and everybody. You went to these iCloners channels, especially Warlords, and said you're using True Bones. And when they tell you to fuck off, then you start the old, well, I'm going to sit back and take their content down because it's mine. And you have no proof it's yours. But now you're going to go to Real Illusion and do the same bullshit you did to us? With Real Illusion having the proof that everything that you put a claim on is false? Dude, it is against the law to do this. It says it in the law itself. No matter how many times you misread it. You have the mind of a 12-year-old if you can't understand what you read, Joe. And that's the problem. You don't even understand what you wrote here. You can't understand your own writing on people. What you have here is threats. This is a whole threat. This is harassment, Joe. But you see it as your anything you want to. Or whatever. And then run to the police and say, oh, they're threatening me. Why are they threatening you, Joe? Because they're telling the truth about letting people know I'm a scamster, I'm a fraudster, and I live with my mom, and I have a little kitchenette, I have no stove, and I have to move my bed from one side of the room to the it gets cold on one side, I have to move away from the air conditioner, and move it near the furnace, and when it gets hot, I got to move from the furnace all the way over under my air conditioner. Oh, no. Life, dude. That's your life. That's not my life. That's not nobody I know's life. That's just yours. Unhappy with your life that you have to go and do this. And it says, yes, folks, the corporation just may topple today. So Joe's planning on taking out somebody's corporation, itty bitty copyright claims. And it's all my fault. See, everybody, it's my fault why these people are calling Joe, asking Joe, why is he stealing their stuff? Okay, so it is my fault why people are calling Joe and asking him why they're stealing their stuff. But Joe shouldn't have had the stuff to begin with, and I wouldn't have to call these people. If Joe just would have just left me alone, I wouldn't be on the phone. This shit started way back when Joe, this is almost a whole year now, a whole year later, when Joe said this himself. He said, he's going to erase me off the internet. But the only thing that's getting erased is the news articles that talked about Joe's address. Joe's Facebook to me, but I'm still here on my channel. I'm still here. You know, I'm still here. I'm still broadcasting, and I enjoy, especially when I like to show people what I'm doing. But the one thing I don't like doing is concentrating making videos about Joe. I don't even I really don't try to live stream the Archive Infinity stuff that I make. I mean, I'll probably live stream other things like how-tos and stuff. I'm gonna get really back into my tutorials, but I'm not gonna live stream nothing about Archive Infinity 4, and it won't be until like I get caught up with all the shit that I said I was gonna do, but been dealing with this clown and him distracting from my work, and that's why. But distractions, because that's what it is. It's no more distractions. I give Joe like maybe one hour, an hour or two now, and it usually comes to the weekend when I got free times to talk about the garbage he's been saying all week. I don't concentrate on him on a weekly anymore. I have no reason to. I don't even concentrate on daily. You know, I used to have to get up every morning before I even use the bathroom, check my emails to see if one of my channels been taken down or this. I don't do that no more because it's not worth it. If a channel goes down, that's fine. I'll make another one. I've proven that to Joe. I'll make another channel. So Joe's defeat on the first season of My Troll Joe. Now we're in the second season of My Troll Joe. And Joe is back with his threats and claims he's going to do something to me, and it's not going to happen. It's not. He can go to the police. Usually when Joe gets angry, he'll go and take down a video of mine. But I finally got my head around what YouTube expects of me and my channel, and I'm complying. That's why all the 400 and some odd videos on my channel are not up. And I've moved a lot of my videos to my studio entertainment channel. So I'll be able to communicate with the people over at Real Illusion. That channel is just for Real Illusion people, basically. That's for people who like my stuff and would like to see my stuff, but they don't want to deal with the shit the shit I have to say about Joe. They would rather me just do the tutorials and stuff, and that's what that channel's for. The channel's also because Joe kept on going over the Real Illusion and getting my threads taken down. Now that I fixed that problem and the videos on my channel are just for Real Illusion people, I have that problem no more. So Joe, as you can see, Joe doesn't run over to Real Illusion to talk about anything that's been taken down, because nothing's been taken down ever since I made that move and made a whole new channel. So he doesn't have nothing to talk about over there on Real Illusion no more. Notice how he doesn't talk, because he's been defeated over there. Notice Joe doesn't talk about taking my video down, the Archive Infinity down no more. You know why? Because he's been defeated there. Replaces Joe has been. See, and the thing about it, I'm glad this happened earlier, because I'm getting ready to re-release the movie. Re-release the movie, the whole third plan. Now I'm getting ready to release that. He's going to try. He's going to try very hard to do something to that movie when I release it, and he's going to see all his efforts are for naught. But as you can see, we got some more reading to do. All because Alvin's fault. All because he could not take a compliment. Yes, folks, Alvin started all of this. After I congratulated Alvin on his so-called win, Joe never congratulated me. The only person that congratulated me on my win was iClone0. And iClone0 is who? That's it, everybody. Joseph Earl McPeak. That's who iClone0 is. And then he said Alvin came to me to ask me to get rid of Walter iClone Malone, and that's false. And Joe keeps on saying this lie about that. I told Joe that, Joe, you need to talk to Walter iClone Malone, because everything that he publishes on his site is something that him on it. And you should tell him to stop putting your name, if he's a pirate, to stop putting his name, your name, on the content if you don't want to be seen as a pirate. Because what I understand is, and what's been told and said about Walter iClone Malone is, he's a pirate from Real Illusion and from games and stuff. And I said, Joe, you don't want to be known with this guy if he's taking game stuff and doing this. That's what I told you. I never told you to get rid of him. But at the time, this is my early interaction with Joe before I found out who Joe really was. At the time, all right, at the time, I didn't know that Joe was really Walter iClone Malone 0. And I know this because someone told me. While we were having a live stream, they said, Joe just exposed himself. And this is two people who said this. While I was live streaming, he said, Joe is Walter iClone Malone. We saw Walter iClone Malone's, and there you have it. There you have it. Two people said that while I was live streaming and talking about Joe. These people, they were monitoring Joe's channel to let me know if Joe was starting to like rebroadcast my shit, and then that's when it came out. And that's like, oh, and then on top of that, illusion to confirm it, because when they got rid of Joe McPeak, they got rid of iClone Malone 0. Actually, iClone Malone 0 was made afterwards. See, here's what happened. Joe McPeak got kicked out of Real Illusion Forum Board as Joe McPeak. Joe got angry and made a persona called Walter iClone Malone. Walter iClone Malone was Joe acting as Walter iClone Malone. Walter iClone Malone just stayed there at threads, giving out Real Illusion shit. See, he would download Real Illusion shit and then sell it. Real Illusion kicked Walter out because they found out that Walter was Joe and Joe was Walter. So, as we talk more about this, it says, Alvin came to me and asked me to get rid of Walter iClone Malone 0, and that was not true. When I am not who I am not. Yes, he is. So we can add more charges, including identity theft. Well, how's that identity theft? That means I would have to have stolen someone's identity. You know, I would have, not you, Joe. And once our claim alone is not identity. You know, it's the identity it's persona you created and you use. So I mean that's crazy right there. I hope he goes to police right there, so they can take him to the paddy wagon. And who I'm not, and much more. All right then, Joe is not going to stand for it any longer. All Joe asks for is Alvin to creating that huge upward sketch fab. Well, that's not going to happen because I didn't cause the uproar. You caused the uproar when you put 2,000 stolen pieces of content from like 7 different parties. Hey, Bart said it himself. Bart said you took shit from several different parties, and they want to know if you are what do you say? Put their shit up on their site. Once it was found out that it was no, they got rid of both of your pirated asset stores, Joe, on Sketch Ever. I'm not gonna apologize because I turned in a crook. No. Alvin knows Joe did nothing illegal. This comes after the fact that Joe had to call Unity all the threads pertaining to him selling stolen assets from Ravensoft Singularity. This comes afterwards. But I had to of Joe actually going after the videos and content and getting it taken down because Joe likes to write stuff like this after no one can prove that he lied. But Joe forgot that I have the Bureau of Anti-3D Scamming over there, which has all need to show to anybody who I have to prove that Joe stole all the shit, especially the Facebot shit. I have a video where I go to Joe's Gumroad page and show him selling Facebot. So Joe can lie all he wants to and try to hide as much shit as he wants to, but you know it's not gonna work. That's why Joe tries so hard to get my videos taken down. See, Alvin knows Joe did nothing illegal, did not steal anything, and uses Mixamo just like everyone. Yes, Joe, you use Mixamo, but you've stolen their whole. I have proof that you stole their whole catalog, and I think I'm gonna have to revise my video next weekend and go through every True Bones motions that came from Mixamo. I think that's what I will do. I think I'm gonna write a whole script out for it and just just get up early Saturday and just start from like 6 a.m. to whatever time I stop to prove to people that everything you have in your fucking packs is stolen from Mixamo. From every pack. Joe takes Mixamo shit and repackages it in different packs. So anytime you're saying you think you're buying a different pack from Joe, no, for sets of Mixamo motions that he got garbled up with other shit he took from Rubu and packaged it up and selling it. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Because somebody say, hey, why is it that I bought 2 different packs from True Bones and they both contain the same shit? And one pack was more than the other one. I was like, I don't know, bro. Maybe because Joe's a pirate and you shouldn't have bought shit from him. But anyway, Joe did nothing wrong, but Alvin is a troll, and he calls me a troll. I don't care if he calls me. I don't care if he calls me transgender or troll. I don't care. I'm so past that shit now. But Alvin is a troll who is out of control. Sorry, but Joe gave you every chance to come clean and apologize. One thing about this, Joe, I'm glad you gave me a chance to apologize, but I'm still looking to apologize for what? So everybody, that concludes my show for today. And I'm sorry if my broadcast was a little shitty. Let me see how it was here. No, that's not it. Let me see my live dashboard. I bet this thing is all red. Yeah, it's a pretty shitty broadcast. Sorry. But I'm going to work on my shit, and I'll probably be back sometime Friday at the latest. I'll probably be back here Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure, but I got a lot of work to do on my project, and Joe's not gonna stop me no matter how many times he gets up here and threatens me or whatever. Joe has nothing on me, nothing. I mean, and I know what he's going to do. He's going to sit back and go through all my videos, try to force me to take all my videos down. And I mean, I know he's gonna do a live broadcast, going through my videos, reporting it in for something erroneous, and we'll see. We'll see what he does. I know Joe. You know, I've sent him a cease and desist letter about going through my channels and going to Real Illusion. I even gave Real Illusion a cease and desist letter, and Joe must have Joe, Peter, or somebody else, and they just shoved that shit right in his face. And Joe got angry and made a video about it. I know he did. So everybody knows that the law firm is not fake. It's a real law firm. And Joe knows this. Joe knows this, and ever since I'm just waiting to see what to do, because Joe been putting a lot of privacy complaints against me. So let's see if he's gonna make another one about this video and see if Real Illusion is gonna fall for his smoke and mirrors again. So this is One Gun. Sorry you all for this really crappy broadcast. And hope you all just stay committed to watching this channel and my other channel, Big Bad Afro Studio Entertainment, and keep up the support for the Archive Infinity and all the other projects I'm working on. And like and subscribe. I don't say that much because I don't think it's needed, you know, especially when I'm doing a shitty video like this about the shittiest person in the world and the internet. But the notorious internet troll with only 24 subscribers on his channel right now that he didn't have to pay for. I have to say this. I have to talk about this because he's talking about doing some legal action. He's talking about doing a legal action against Real Illusion. He's thinking about going to their channel. Now I know he's gonna do it to Kevin S. He's done it before to Kevin, but I have not seen him try to go to Real. I mean, I dare him. I dare him to go to Real Illusion and take any of their videos down. I dare him to do it. I mean, if he wants to do that, let him do it. He has every right to file a false copyright complaint. But be warned, Joe, this is trying to keep you out of trouble. Don't do it. These people got far more money than you got. They're making millions of dollars off their software, the software that you claim you hate, but yet you take all those stolen models and convert them over to content, and then you do infomercials about it, selling the shit. So I don't know, Joe. Maybe Bad Joe ain't talking to Good Joe, or the third Joe. I don't know which persona you are today, but y'all need to have a meeting and decide on if you would want to continuously own the shit you have. Because you mess with Real Illusion, they're gonna come and sue you for everything. Because it's not gonna take an officer or a judge to look twice at this case. And when you can't go to court and say, yeah, you own that shit. You can't do it, Joe. You get locked up for perjury. So only thing you can do is go to court. After they bring you to court for this, you just say, yeah, I'm guilty. I made a false copyright claim, and then you get like fined. You got to pay all the lawyer. Dude, don't do it. Don't do it, Joe. Don't go after Real Illusion. Leave them alone. I mean, it's bad enough you stealing their shit and reselling it, and using their icon format to sell stolen shit. But just leave them alone, dude. You do not need the problems. I mean, you got what? Adobe, Autodesk, NeoWiz, and all these other companies you've stolen from and selling their shit after you right now. Real Illusion ain't gonna play with you. They've sued people in the past over stupid shit. Just like Epic Games. Epic Games, they sued a 14-year-old kid. Keep on selling their shit, Joe. Keep on. Everything wrong you do, I always report it in. Always. Always. And you're going to try to go to police and say, oh, well, he's harassing me. How's he harassing you? He's reporting to the companies I steal from, and the companies are calling me about it. Yeah. Just like when you went there and showed them the picture of me saying I'm the copyright police. They laughed at you then, Joe, and they're going to laugh at you again. Just don't put in a report because it will be considered as false, and you can get in trouble for that. This is One Gun. I'm signing out. Hope you guys